Hi children, this is Venkatamna. Today's class, 10th class physical science. Now we are discussing regarding basics of what we call chemistry. How to write formula, how to write valency, and how to write chemical equation, and how to balance the chemical equation, all that we are discussing now. Such that what we call it will be easy for us in further chapters, which is acid, bases and salts, and what we call in chemical equations, and also in chemical bonding chapter, in chemistry of carbon chemistry. In that all the chapters it will be very easy for us. So how to write chemical equation and how to make chemical equation balance, that also already completed. Now why a chemical equation has to be balanced? That's the question. Why a chemical equation has to be balanced? According to law of conservation of mass, mass is neither created nor destroyed. According to law of conservation of mass, mass is neither created nor destroyed. The total mass of the reactants before reaction is equals to the total mass of the product after reaction. That means, according to law of conservation of mass, suppose if the chemical equation is not balanced, then what will happen? If extra elements are there in products, that indirectly telling that mass is created. If what you call, if any products are less, in products number of atoms of each element are less compared to reactants, then we can tell that mass is destroyed. But according to law of conservation of mass, mass is neither created nor destroyed. As a result, so chemical equation has to be balanced. Now, how to write chemical equation with more informative? That means, how to make chemical equation more informative? That's the question. In what way we can able to make chemical equation more informative? What you have to mention in that chemical equation? That we are discussing. So, how to make chemical equation more informative? First we will discuss, then we will go for writing it. To make chemical equation more informative, we have to mention the physical states of reactants and products. Number one, we have to mention physical states of reactants and products. How we will mention physical states? If it is S means solid means S, liquid means L, gas means G in reactants. And in products, if any gases forms, if any gases releases, that we have to indicate with upward arrow. Upward arrow. And also we have to mention any precipitate is formed or not. Precipitate formation means undissolved solid will settle at bottom. Undissolved solid in the reaction which will settle at bottom. That also we have to write. We have to represent. How we will represent? With the help of a downward arrow. With the help of downward arrow. So these are the basic things to mention in the chemical equation, which makes chemical equation more informative. So what is the first one? We have to mention physical states. Number one, we have to mention the physical states. Mention the physical states of reactant. Mention the physical states of reactants and products. Physical states of reactants and products. So physical states of reactants and products we have to mention. How to mention the physical states of reactants and products? If it is a solid means, we will mention S with S. If it is a liquid means, we will mention with L. L. If it is a gas means in reactant, that we will mention with G. G. In that way, we have to mention physical states of reactants and products. Physical states of reactants and products we have to mention. So let me write for somewhat big letters. Physical states of reactants and products. That we have to mention. Why we have to mention? We should know that whether the reactants are solids, liquids or gases, and the products formed are reactants, solids or liquids or gases, that we should know that one. That's why we have to mention whether they are reactants are solids or liquids or products. Next, what you have to mention? We have to mention any gas evolution occurred or any what you call release of gas occurred in the chemical equation itself. How to mention that what you call evolution of gas or ever release of gas? We can able to mention with the help of a upward arrow. With the help of upward arrow. How we have to mention with the help of upward arrow? Now let us check that one. Second one, what you have to mention? Evolution of gas. Evolution of gas. We have to mention. Mention the evolution of gas. How we will mention the evolution of gas? With the help of an upward arrow. With the help of upward arrow, we have to mention whether gas is evolved or released or not. Whether gas is released or whether gas is evolved or not, that we have to mention. So that we will mention with the upward arrow. Upward arrow. And next, any precipitate formation occurred or not? Any precipitate formation occurred or not? Any precipitate formation occurred or not? That also we have to mention. Precipitate now. First, the second one is mention the evolution of gas. Mention the evolution of gas. Next, we have to mention precipitate formation. Mention the precipitate formation. Precipitate formation. How we will mention the precipitate formation? With the downward arrow. With the downward arrow, we have to mention whether any precipitate formation occurred or not. Next point is it an exothermic reaction or endothermic reaction? That also we have to mention. We have to mention the given reaction is a exothermic or endothermic. The given reaction is exothermic or endothermic. Endothermic. That also we have to mention. We have to mention that the given reaction is exothermic or endothermic. What is the meaning of exothermic? Exo means release. Thermic means heat. So the reaction which takes place by release of heat energy is known as exothermic reaction. The reaction which takes place by release of heat energy is known as exothermic reaction. And the endothermic means the reaction which takes place by absorption of heat energy. That is known as endothermic reaction. Then how to mention is it exothermic or endothermic? If it is exothermic, we have to write plus Q, capital Q. Q means quantity of heat energy. Quantity of heat energy. So we have to mention for exothermic reaction. For exothermic reaction, we have to mention plus Q in products. Plus Q in products we have to mention. Plus Q in products we have to mention. If it is the endothermic reaction, then we have to mention plus Q in reactants. In that way, we have to mention whether the given reaction is exothermic or endothermic. That also we have to mention. Still, we have to make any catalyst involvement is there. Any catalyst, mention the catalyst involvement. mention the catalyst involvement. Catalyst involvement. What is meant a catalyst catalyst? Catalyst means which alters the rate of reaction. What is the meaning of alters the rate of reaction? Increase the speed of reaction or decrease the speed of reaction. The time taken by the reaction to complete. That is known as rate of reaction. So to alter the rate of reaction or to increase the rate of reaction or to decrease the rate of reaction, we will use some chemicals which won't undergo any chemical change, but due to the presence of that chemical, reaction may take faster or reaction may take place slower. So in order to complete the reaction faster, speedily, in order to complete the reaction slowly, because we will use a chemical which won't involve in any chemical change or any chemical reaction, but due to presence of that what we call catalyst, the reaction will be speed up or the reaction will be slow up. That is known as catalyst. For example, if I say that in presence of a teacher, students generally will do for work fastly. Whereas in absence of what we call teachers or such, what will happen? The children will take little more time to do work. Now, is that mean whether the teachers are doing the work? No. Presence of teachers make what we call work faster. So in that way, teachers won't do work, just they will give guidance. Similarly, catalyst also won't involve any chemical change, but it will speed up the reaction or it will slow up the reaction. So that is known as a catalyst. What do you call? Catalyst. So what is a catalyst? Any chemical which alters the rate of reaction, alters the speed of reaction, changes the speed of reaction is known as chemical catalyst. So if any catalyst is there, involvement is there, that we have to represent on gives rise to symbol. That means above the arrow mark symbol. In that way, if you mention the any catalyst involvement, then that also what in that case also chemical equation will be more informative. So once let us revise that one, then you can able to note down how to make chemical equation more informative. More informative. How to make chemical equation more informative? We have to mention physical states like a solids, liquids, gases. We have to mention with S, L, G, and evolution of gas we have to mention with the upward arrow mark. Any precipitate formation. Precipitate means undissolved solid which will settle at bottom. That we will represent with the downward arrow. And whether the given reaction is exothermic or endothermic. Exothermic means release of heat energy takes place. Endothermic means absorption of energy will take place. Then that we can able to represent with a plus Q and plus Q. In products, if you write plus Q, that is exothermic. If you write plus Q in reactants, that is endothermic. Next, any what we call catalyst involvement is there, that we will write on above the arrow mark, such that we can able to know because of usage of that catalyst, the reaction is taking place fastly. In that way, we can able to make chemical equation more informative. Still we have that we'll discuss, just we go through and note down. Now let us see the examples of what you called how we will mention solid, liquid and gases, and how we will mention evolution of gas and precipitate formation, etc. by taking example. First one is you have to mention the physical states or expressing the physical states. We have to express physical states. How to express physical states? Example, the first step. How to express physical states and how to mention what you call evolution of a gas, how to mention evolution of gas, and how to express the precipitate formation and expressing the heat changes. Heat changes means thermochemical reactions. What are thermochemical reactions? The reactions which involve which takes place by the dealing of heat energy, either by release of heat energy or by what you call absorption of heat energy. Then the type of reactions you will call thermochemical reaction. So how what you call reaction will take place, either by release of heat energy or by absorption of heat energy. That also we have to mention clearly. So first one, we expressing the physical states. Expressing the physical states, let us write what you call some examples. What do you have? Iron oxide. Iron oxide. This iron oxide is an aqueous solution. Aqueous. What is the meaning of aqueous solution? Aqueous solution means this solid we will dissolve in water. This solid will dissolve in water. Then the solution obtained is known as aqueous solution. Iron oxide you will get solid. That if you dissolve in water, you will get iron oxide plus aluminium. Plus aluminium. Aluminium. Now aluminium is a solid. So we will mention yes. It is a aqueous. It is a yes. So mentioning the physical state. Gives rise to delta. What is the meaning of delta? On heating. That means it is an endothermic reaction. By absorption of heat energy only, the reaction is taking place. By the absorption of heat energy only, reaction is taking place. So what will get now? Al2O3, Al2O3 plus iron. So Al2O3 is aqueous solution. It is also a aqueous solution, and iron is a solid we obtained. Iron is a solid we got. So in this, delta represents heating. What is the meaning of delta? This is the delta. It represents heating. So what do you come to know now? We are first step what I said, we have to mention physical states. Physical states. How to mention physical states? Expressing the physical states. AQ means aqueous solution. S means solid. And what do you call? Delta means on heating. Nothing but by absorption of heat energy only the reaction takes place. That's why what do you call we are mentioning. So first step completed. And what is that? Expressing the physical states. Now second example, evolution of gas. Evolution of gas. How the evolution of gas will take place? For that, what is the example? Expressing the heat changes we have and also expressing the gas evolved. Now let me take zinc plus zinc, it is a solid, plus hydrochloric acid. It is an aqueous solution. Hydrogen chloride gas. If you dissolve in water, we will get hydrochloric acid. So it is aqueous solution. Gives rise to zinc chloride, which is a aqueous, plus H2. It is liberating. Hydrogen gas is liberating. So in this, one more example you can write, zinc solid plus sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is also aqueous solution. Gives rise to zinc sulfate, ZnSO4. Zinc sulfate. It is also aqueous solution. Plus hydrogen gas is evolved. So evolution of gas. Expressing the evolution of gas. This is the example. Next, expressing the heat changes. That means, is it endothermic or exothermic? How we can able to change? Now carbon. Carbon is a solid. Carbon is a solid plus oxygen. It's a gas. It's a gas. Now, burning carbon in presence of oxygen gives rise to carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide gas. Gas will liberate. Plus Q. What is plus Q? Heat is released. So it shows that it is exothermic reaction. It is exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. Now for endothermic reaction, let me write N2 plus O2. N2. What is N2? It is a gas. N2 is a gas. Plus O2. 2N2. You have to balance that one. Plus O2 gives rise to 2 nitric oxide. 2 nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is also gas. Now we can able to write minus Q here or plus Q here. Plus Q, right, if you are in reactants, that will also come under endothermic, or minus Q if you write by absorption of heat energy only, the reaction is taking place. Endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction. So minus Q indicates in products endothermic reaction, or by absorption of heat energy only, the reaction is taking place. In that way, we can able to express what you call, is it exothermic or endothermic. Next, we can able to write as a precipitate formation. What is a precipitate formation? Silver nitrate plus sodium chloride. Let me write here silver nitrate, AgNO3. It is a aqueous solution. Silver nitrate solid will be there, that we have to dissolve in water, plus silver nitrate plus silver nitrate plus sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is also a aqueous solution. It gives rise to silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. Sodium nitrate, NaNO3. It is an aqueous solution. Plus we can able to write sodium silver chloride. It is precipitated. It is precipitated. Silver chloride is precipitated. It is a solid which will be precipitated at bottom. In that way, plus we can able to tell that what you call how the what you call examples of the reactions where the what you call physical states are involving, and evolution of gas is involved, precipitate formation is involved, and endothermic and heat changes are also involved. Still we can able to express chemical equation many things, such that chemical equation can able to become more informative. That information you can able to discuss in next class. Thank you.